All right, let's talk about operating leverage. It's a great thing if you know you can have make enough sales to cover your fixed cost. In other words, operating leverage is great if you're beyond your break-even point. It has a multiplier effect, and it has to do with, if you recall from earlier, that fixed cost in total doesn't vary, but when you make and sell additional units, your fixed cost per unit decreases, and that's because your fixed costs are getting spread over more units, and that causes this multiplier effect. Well, we can actually measure that, and we're going to use this example here. We have two companies, and I'm going to show you how you measure the effect of operating leverage on operating income. In other words, we're going to be able to see what the percentage change in operating income will be given a percentage change in your sales. So here's the first one. Company 1's sales increased by 20%. So if this increases by 20%, what percentage will this increase by? The way you figure it out is you first are going to figure out your operating leverage, and that's sort of the multiplier effect. And you take your total contribution margin divided by your operating income, your 5 million divided by your 2 million. So company 1 has a 2.5 or 2.5 times operating leverage multiplier. Now that doesn't mean anything until you actually multiply it by your percentage change in sales. So in other words, in order to get this percentage change in operating income, given a 20% change in your sales, what will our percentage change in operating income be? It'll be 2.5 times that. So in other words, you take your operating leverage times your percentage change in sales, which we were given as 20%. So in this example, the multiplying effect of 2.5 times your 20% gives us a 50% change in operating income for just a 20% change in sales. So there's your multiplier effect. Well, let's look at company 2 to see what its effect is. I'd like you to take a moment and even try to figure it out for yourself. If you, again, use these same formulas, see if you can do it. You could pause and then see if you've been able to calculate it on your own. All right, now I'm going to do it. You have operating leverage is the first thing you need to calculate. And remember, it's your total contribution margin divided by your operating income. So for company 2, it's your 3 million divided by your 2 million. That gives us 1.5 times multiplier effect. Again, if the sales were to increase by 20%, what would that percent change translate into operating income? It would be 1.5 times 20%, or 30%. So you'd rather be company 1 if you know sales are going to increase. But remember, it's a risky thing, that fixed cost, because if you have a decrease in sales, it's got a multiplying effect in the opposite direction. So that company 1 would be the riskier company. It would have the greatest fall in profits with decreases in sales because it has the higher operating leverage. So it's going to mean that your percentage change in operating income will be more significant than the percentage change for company 2 because of the leverage.